Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Gabe with Indigo Software, genuine Microsoft software for less. In today's video, we're covering Resource Manager in Windows Server 2025. We're going to take a deeper look into how to use this program to help us with troubleshooting or general resource monitoring tasks inside of Windows Server. Before we get started with today's video, if you guys are interested in purchasing Windows Server, remote desktop licenses, Windows 10, Windows 11, or a wide variety of other Microsoft software at a great price, be sure to check out Indigo Software. We'll have those links down below. So without further ado, let's jump in. Inside. I'm going to go ahead and get my server pulled out. I'm using Hyper-V here to run my Windows Server 2025 license software. And I have the server promoted to domain controller, and I use this for the majority of the tutorials on this channel. So that being said, let's go ahead and get right in. In order to get to our resource monitor, we're simply just going to type resource. We'll see it come up in the system, so we can press enter. Let me go ahead and full screen this. So we're inside the resource monitor, and if you want to make your life a little bit easier, you can see this little up and down arrow appear whenever I am between sections. So we have CPU, disk, network, and memory, and I can use this to drag this down. So we're going to be able to see more of our CPU process settings in this case. When we're utilizing other components, we will also be able to do the same thing. So just taking a basic look at Resource Monitor, we have our CPU, and this is going to tell us which processes are running. You're going to break it down by the threads that it's using. And then it's also going to give us some other metrics as well. So this is the average percent of the CPU memory consumption by the process. So we'll be able to look at some of these, for example, and see which of these processes are perhaps taking up the most amount of resources. For example, we have Desktop Window Manager, which is consuming almost 1% of our CPU. In addition to the Overview tab, we can also click over to CPU, memory, disk, or average network. So we have all of these available as separate pages if we want to monitor this in more detail. So the CPU, again, will give us basically what we had on the overview page. Example, memory is nice because we have sort of this little graph here where we can see our physical memory that is in use, and then we can see what's free and what is on standby. So this is a good indication. Obviously, I don't have much memory here since this is a virtual machine. So, it's not my entire 64 gigabytes of memory on my host operating system, but to give you an idea, this is what we can use to monitor that. And then again, in the processes, we can also see what is consuming the majority of our memory. One thing that's interesting about the resource monitor is we can see read and write of our disks, and we get a live view of that. This is a great window to have access to. Cool. Now, since I've opened Explorer here, just as a demonstration, if we watch explorer.exe in the resource monitor on the disk tab, we'll be able to see it reading as I navigate through the folders. So for example, if I go to my share drive here, we can see that the read speed is updating now you can see explorer.exe. So interesting section here. This can definitely be used to your benefit when you're working on your machine. Now, what's great about the network tab here is that we get access to what is currently active on our network. So if we're trying to troubleshoot some kind of malware or some kind of adware or other potential risks, the network resource monitor is a good place for us to start. So we can see we have some processes here that are running. You can also see the average number of bytes per second that are being explored by this process. And I'm just showing you guys my resource monitor on my local machine here to give you a better example of the network monitoring capabilities. Now, if we use any of these drop-down arrows at any point, I can view, for example, our network activity. It's going to show me the service. So for example, I have Microsoft Edge, which are connecting to specific IP addresses. So just taking this a step further, if we want to see what this is connected to, for example, this one is connected to my host. And we've got a whole bunch of network activity that we can view and monitor. Below that, we have TCP connections. This is going to show us the type of connection on which local ports. So we've got the port numbers here, and then we can also view packet loss here in this column. Lastly, down at the bottom here, this is going to tell us different ports in the firewall that these applications are using. So it's going to tell us whether we have TCP or a UDP protocol. It's also going to tell us under firewall status whether these are allowed or restricted. Now, just going back to the overview tab, again, from this overview page, we're going to be able to look at our network. We'll be able to see some of our processes and which addresses those are associated with. And then one more time, just clicking through the various pages, we also have the ability to filter. So for example, I could click the threads here. I'll be able to filter which processes are consuming the most amount of threads on the processor. We've got different filter options that we can use to monitor our system more closely and have a better idea of which processes are consuming more to others. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. If you have any questions about anything we covered, feel free to drop those in the comments below, and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. Again, if you're interested in purchasing genuine Microsoft software at a great price, I'll be able to check out Indigo software. We'll have those links down below. As our channel continues to grow, we're constantly looking for new video topic ideas. If you have any ideas of your own, we'd love to know what those are. Most viewer commented video requests get made into actual videos on our channel. Lastly, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated as it helps to support our channel. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Check out